Coming straight out of Ecamm. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam, this the name of the jam. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam, this the name of the jam. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. This is a jam for the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam, this the name of the jam.
Hold it, stop the music!
Ladies and gentlemen.
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 Can I please have your attention?
Now showtime, are you ready? Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready, let's go.
Hey, Ecamm fam. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to our Storage Solutions with Synology, our alliteration series that we're working through. We're here in week 3. Doc is in Japan, so we are swapping Doc with Dave, which means it's going to be even more fun. And if you're one of those people who are like, I'm always scared to ask Doc questions, now's your chance. It's just me hanging out here with the Synology team. So feel free to drop any and all of the questions about storage solutions, NAS, which we learned about 2 weeks ago, anything in between. If you've been keeping up with us on this series, we have covered a lot over the past couple of weeks. So definitely go back and check out the replay videos, which are here on the Ecamm YouTube channel. So youtube.com/Ecamm Network will get you back to find those videos. Week 1, we dove into how do you choose a NAS? What is a NAS? How do you choose one? How do you approach kind of shopping and thinking about future proofing? And the guys answered tons of great questions there. And then last week, we unboxed and set up, which was a really fun episode. I'll admit, I was a little bit nervous. I was nervous that I was going to screw it up. Things were going to go horribly wrong. But the worst thing that I did was that I said that I didn't think that I had ordered this extra piece that I was supposed to have, and turns out that I did. It was just at the bottom of the box. So we made it all the way through that episode. Now we're all set up, and we are here hanging out today. Let me bring them back on to the show. We have Dave here. We have Christian here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me over the last couple weeks. Two weeks to go. 3, I guess, if we count today. 3 if we count today. 5. We're doing fast math here on Wednesday afternoon. Well, welcome. George says, looking forward to finding out how Katie feels about her Synology. Okay, let me make this much bigger. Woo, there we go. I'm feeling really good, George, actually. It felt really special. So after last week's episode, I had, like, as you can remember if you were here with me, I had way too many things on my tiny round table here. So I'm now much more organized. I have my Synologies like over there in like a safe spot, plugged into the internet. So we are ready to go and talk through today. So we're doing file organization. We're going to talk about cloud. What else? What else are we going to cover today, Christian?
Cloud Drive. So turning your machine into just like a file server, like essentially just like how any sort of drive would work, essentially. But you get to manage your own storage. You don't have to pay like the monthly subscriptions. As long as you have all that storage locally, then you're good to go. So we'll kind of jump into that one.
I'm really excited. And so here we are. This is my Synology. And it's looking really good. I spent probably 15 minutes choosing the background. So hopefully you all like the background. This is the level of work that I've devoted to it this morning. Feeling it was fun to play around with. And I also set up, because I didn't want to do this live, but two-factor authentication and some of the other kind of account setting stuff. So feeling like in a good spot. So this is where we're jumping in. So talk me through what I need to do on the, where should we start? Cloud storage first?
Yeah, let's start with Drive.
Drive.
Love to start with Drive. Drive is one of the most used, I would say, packages on our machines when it comes to like file sharing. So
Awesome.
Great place to start. You'll notice when you get everything going, last week we kind of left off on getting the storage all set up and creating storage pools and all that. So this is kind of where it brings you now.
Yep.
It doesn't have anything like pre-installed on the systems. So we got to start downloading the packages, is what we call them, the packages that we want on the machine.
Yep.
So the package center is where we go to download any sort of application, I suppose is another word for them.
And it's, I see it. Package center. All right.
Yeah.
Clicking in. Okie dokie. Okay. I have read. Did you see me read? I'm reading these terms of service. Don't do this. Read through the terms of service, but I trust these guys. We know it's on the up and up. All right. So here I am in the package center.
Yes. So then each one of these packages kind of has a different service, and we can kind of talk about some other ones as questions arise. But what we're going to jump into first is Synology Drive. So we could either kind of scroll down that list, or we could just do the search bar.
Look at all these amazing tools. Oh my goodness. It's going to be like...
Yeah, I'll jump in and mention. So you can see the top of what's in the package center here. These are first-party applications. Synology has developed these ones that are up at the top, and we maintain them. Down below, we've got some third-party applications as well, which obviously are not made by us, but we still support them in the hosting them in the package center.
Awesome. So is this the one that I'm looking at here, the Synology Drive server?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
This one, and it looks like you have already downloaded it. That's good.
I'm awesome. All right. Do I want to do this right now? Device analytics, enabling device analytics?
It's up to you. I could remind you later if you wanted, or no thanks.
I'll come back later for the interest of time. Here I go. So we're going through enable team folders. Okay, here I am. Look at this. Awesome.
So this...
It's a little bit bigger.
I will say there's 3 different applications. When you first download Synology Drive, it'll download kind of 3 separate packages onto your machine.
Okay.
So you'll notice the 4 little dots in the upper left-hand corner, kind of like that little drop-down menu of DSM, not in that
okay, so
application window.
Pop out of here. All right.
Yeah, just minimize that one. Minimize that one as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and then above Package Center, those 4 little, the square with the 4 dots.
Yep. Got it.
Yeah. When you click that, you'll see the Synology Drive. You'll see Synology Drive Share Sync, and then you'll see Synology Drive Admin Server.
Console. Yep.
There at the bottom. Yeah, Admin Console.
Yep.
So there are 3 parts to it, which we'll talk about. Admin Console is essentially where you start allowing permissions to be able to use shared folders on your system for Synology Drive.
Okay.
So if you go ahead and open that one now, the Drive server, when you're on the team folder tab here on the left side, that shows you all of the shared folders that you have created on your Synology system.
Okay. Yep.
If you have, let's just say, another shared folder, you're able to enable that to be able to use with Synology Drive. So for this case, let's go ahead and create a new shared folder.
Okay.
So we can just start creating with Drive. So how we create shared folders now is through our control panel.
I'm looking around my camera. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
No worries.
All right.
Yeah, but the control panel would be on the desktop again.
Oh, okay. Hang on. So I'll minimize this again. So back here, control panel. Yep.
Yep, you got it. And so if you click on shared folder.
Shared folder. Yep.
This is where we can create a new shared folder. So this is just creating like a file how you would on your Mac.
Okay.
It just creates a new file on your Synology.
Alrighty.
So name the folder whatever you'd like.
Okay. Well, what are we? I guess I could call it maybe like Ecamm recordings. Like, is this one that I'm sharing like video files with the team?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
All right. Sharing videos with the Ecamm fam. All right. Okay. Location volume 1. That's good. Look at that. That's my capacity. All right. Hide the shared folder, hide subfolders, enable recycle bin, restrict at. Okay, great. So leave all that as is and hit next. Great. All right. Okay,
So-
I can encrypt my folder. Cool.
Yes, and there is another feature that was recently added. It's a write once, so it's like an immutability sort of way that you can create a shared folder.
Oh, cool.
There is different modes, but let's just say you want to create a shared folder and you want to create immutability. So if you put anything in there, you want to make a time where you can't delete it, or anybody that logs in the system can't delete it. There's ways that you can do that now.
Okay, interesting. All right, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, so that helps protect against like malicious behavior, kind of things like that. Or if there's like specific retention periods that you have to have, like for a company, like you have to have, retention on this for 14 days or something like that. That's the time you would use the right ones.
Okay. So I don't need it in this particular case.
Yeah, we could skip that for now. But you can also right here encrypt shared folders if you would like.
You want me to go back to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a way to create like a passcode or something. So anytime you want to access that, you would have to use like your passcode. So it's just an extra layer of security there.
Got it. Sorry, I'm clicking in the wrong thing. There we go. All right.
So for the sake of time, probably makes sense. We can hold off on encrypting it.
All right.
There is a small sort of performance penalty for encrypting.
Okay.
So yeah, we can avoid it for now.
Yeah, I don't want to share my passwords. I'm not as good as Doc at getting my blur mode up in front of things as he is. All right. Okay, cool. All right. So am I just going next here, or is there something I need to put in?
I would say next. There's just a couple advanced settings you can play around with. But then this is kind of just a confirmation of everything. It just essentially wants to confirm you're creating what you want to create.
Yep. Looks good.
So click that next button again. And what it's going to do is now ask for user permissions, but you don't have any users on your system yet.
Okay.
So you could just give yourself the read-write access.
And you do have it, just to be clear. So your username, you are an administrator on your own device.
Yeah.
So through your group permissions, it's already giving you read-write. So you don't have to check to give yourself read-write because you already have it, but it won't hurt anything for you to do it.
For this, we're doing it. I imagine that all of you watching just have like a whole ton of friends and colleagues and family members that you're doing this for. I am without colleagues today because Doc is in Japan, so here we are by myself here, allowing myself all these permissions. I love it. All right, apply. All right, here I am.
You got it.
Look at this.
Now it's created. It's good to go. Now let's hop back into the Synology Drive server application.
Right.
And you'll see the applications, kind of the open ones that you have, are stored next to the little box with the dots again.
Oh, okay.
So up in the top left.
Here?
Yeah, so there'll be a second one.
This one?
That's it.
Nice. Alrighty. Oh, cool. So these are all the things that I've minimized now show up here.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, cool. That's handy.
There's that little refresh button on that window now in the bottom right-hand corner.
That's where I can't see. All right. There we go.
And now your shared folder is going to pop up there.
Yep, I see it.
So if we want to use this folder in Drive now, we'll have to enable it. So go ahead and click that. And that little enable button just popped up just above it.
That enable button popped up above it. I don't see it.
Just almost right above the mouse.
Oh, here? This, like...
No, go back and highlight the one below. Yes, and then...
Yeah, just directly above where you are. It's the first kind of button.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Perfect.
team. Right in front of me. All right. And
No
then hit
worries.
OK. Any of these, do I need to change any of these settings?
It's versioning. So if you want versions of your files let's say you change things 8 times, essentially you could go back to the 8th edit ago.
Oh, cool.
Is kind of what
That's
it's asking
interesting.
you. So it's up to you if you want to enable some version control. I kind of like at least having 10 different copies of what I could do so I can fall back to different versions if I want to, but it's really
I'm
up
in on
to how many versions you want. It's very customizable.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, for this test, I'm probably going to go back and tweak things later, but for what we're doing now, that'll be great.
You got it.
Awesome. Okay. Oh, we have a question coming in here from Paul. Let me just scroll down here so I can grab it. Paul asks, these are so small. Hang on one sec, Paul. Ooh, let's make it big. I was told to remove access to the generic admin account as I had created an admin account. Is that true?
Yes.
It's best practice.
Absolutely.
Yes,
So the reason for that is that admin account, basically, if someone is able to sort of get to the login screen of your NAS, right? If you open it up to the internet, people can try to what's called brute force their way into your device. So they can use the admin username and just try a whole bunch of different passwords to try and break into your device. So if you remove the admin account, if you disable that account, then it gets rid of that sort of attack vector into your device. So we recommend that you do disable the admin account and create a different username.
Right. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that last week too, about the notion of putting admin as part of your name. So if you missed that, back over to last week's episode. Awesome. Okay, great. All right, let me get back up where I am. All right, so I'm enabled now, both my Drive and my Ecamm recordings set to go.
Yes, so this is pretty much what we do in this window. So we can close that one out now. We have just enabled a folder to be able to use for Drive.
Okay.
What we can do now is let's put something in that folder. So just you could upload a random picture or
I guess
a
I probably
video
should do
works
a video.
perfect.
I'll do a video.
It should go pretty quickly.
Oh, all right. Hey, let's test it out. Let me see if I have a shorter.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have a shorter video. I have a folder called Ecamm recordings on my desktop here. Let me grab one. Here.
You will
I have one
want to
from
open
my
File Station as well on the Synology side.
So do I just drag and drop it in? Is that the?
Yeah. So yeah.
Go ahead.
File Station, just like Dave was saying, is essentially your Finder.
All right, wait. So I'm not
just
in the right
on your
place,
desktop.
Oh, right there. Yep. File Station.
Yeah. So that's control panels where you create all these. File Station is where you move stuff around and store stuff.
Okay. So so maybe should I drag and drop it into here?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Let me grab one here. This is my my movie podcast, and this is Face Off. We're uploading it here. So, all right. So upload Face Off full movie review. Okay. So do I overwrite? Always overwrite.
Yeah, you can go ahead and overwrite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Overwrite. Cool. All right, gang. I know you're all really excited to watch Face Off, and now you're going to be able to because I'm having it added right in here. We're not going to lose it.
And you can see up in the top right corner there that something is uploading.
Yeah,
so you can see the progress of that if you were to click that.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's really fast.
Yeah.
Hey, and my internet is bad here in this office, so this is doing pretty well, actually. We're hanging in there. All right, there it is. Look at that. And it's about a gig. That's not bad. Cool.
So now it's on your system. Mm-hmm. Now let's look at what it looks like to view it on a browser. So if you go back into those 4 little dots back on the desktop, we can open up Synology Drive. So click that little icon.
Oh, crumb. Sorry. This one. Yep.
What that does is it brings you to a little web browser now. Drive.
Cool.
This way you can view into your shared folders that you have on your system.
Yeah, look at this.
There's that. You can click on that one, and there's your video. And you can access this as long as you have internet connection wherever. You don't have to be close to your unit at all.
Cool. All right. So this is like a similar feeling from a lot of the other kind of cloud storage tools. So is there the ability for me to, I see a little like link up. Yeah. So if I click on this and I click get link, that'll give me a link so I can share my awesome podcast with one of the Ecamm fan members.
Yeah, go ahead and click that button.
Yeah, look at that. All right. And then I can control the settings. I
Yeah,
love
if you
that.
click the sharing settings, there's a bunch of different settings you can
Yeah.
actually choose. You can make it so people by invite can only access it. You can make it so people have to have a password to access it. You can make it so a link expires on a certain day, or it can only be viewed a certain amount of times. I mean, there's so many
Oh my goodness. All
different
right.
ways you can lock it down.
We got to wrap this up. I'm going to spend the next couple of hours uploading everything on my computer. This is great. I think this is going to allow me to. So one of the challenges that I've had, and you have to raise your hand here in the comments if you're having a similar challenge, is that I'm old. I've been creating a digital footprint for years and years and years, and I just have stuff everywhere, and in all of the places where the stuff is, it's not easy to go through it all and like know what it is. And I've been terrible at naming things. And so what I'm like most excited about by this is that it allows me to kind of, over the next probably month of my life when I have, moments of time, rather than just kind of bulk upload everything, I really want to be like much more intentional about this to actually create the system that I want so that I know how I'll be able to find things. I'll be able to share things easily. I can now set up different teams for different kinds of files, both, work and professional. So this is just going to be a huge lifesaver because it was really daunting trying to do it like in my Google Drive or on my Box or like on all these different sites, which are great, but it's difficult when you kind of already have all of the stuff there and trying to move it all around and figure out a organizational system. So this kind of blank slate starting new is making me feel great about myself and the ability to kind of really think through like a file structure and an organization system. So I would challenge everyone, like, this is, heading into 2024, like if you're like me and things are disorganized, this is a great chance to really like step it up and try to figure out a system that's going to work so that you don't end up in the same space in the next few months as you're creating all of your Ecamm recordings and all of your shows and content and all of that. It can be easy to get so many files in all these different places. All right, so this was easy. This took I'm amazed at how fast this video uploaded. I absolutely love it. All right, so I'm gonna jump out of here. Okay, so this is Drive. Let me just jump back over here to make sure that I'm not missing any questions here. Go ahead, Dave. I'm just going through questions.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention down in the bottom right part of your screen, it mentions that you can sort of access Synology Drive everywhere. You can get a desktop or a mobile app, right?
Oh,
so
awesome.
you can actually just put this so that you can access Drive from within Finder. So if that's sort of your go-to, that's where you like to, have all your files on your local computer, then you can just click into basically like a network location and you can see all of these exact same files. Wow. So if you wanted to do that, I mean, that might be a good thing to show if you want to
let me
start downloading the desktop application.
All right, let me just go back up here. I'm looking this way because my camera is literally right in front of my monitor. This is a bad setup, everyone. All right, here we go. Okay, so let me just do the desktop. Yeah, I think that's really smart. That is definitely what I'm going to be using. I did also add the, let me remember the name of this too, since I didn't do this live. I did this earlier today, but there is a Synology app called Secure Sign-In as well that helped me kind of set up all my two-factor authentication and all that stuff. So that was also another app that was super helpful, so I can use my phone to unlock a lot of this. All right, here we go. Whoop. All right. I'm not sharing my, there. Nope, that's not gonna pop it up there. Let me share. All right, let me pop this up here. Hang on one sec, let me come back down to Ecamm and share my whole screen instead of just my, it doesn't want me to do that. Let's see here. My lock.
So I'll just mention, while you're going through that. So the kind of desktop application, it really does kind of just make things a lot easier to deal with and manage, right? I know a lot of people don't want to have to go into a web browser in order to actually see what's on their storage, right? You want to just be able to see it from basically within your computer. Yeah. So this is hopefully will shine through for you. But yeah, there you go. You're getting that installed.
I'm that person that like screen share makes me so nervous because I'm like, what's gonna pop up? What's gonna happen? But here we are. I trust all of you. It's gonna be fine. I don't even have anything to hide. I don't know why I'm so like nervous about it, but all right. What else? I was saying to Christian before we jumped on, I spent yesterday, so I'm in like Katie cleanup mode in December, and I updated all my passwords yesterday. So all of that. So now I'm in like a way better spot. It was a great feeling. All right. Okay, let me slide this down here.
I was talking to Dave yesterday, and I was like, it's right now. It's the time for spring cleaning. And I kind of looked at him. I was like, winter organization, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, spring cleaning. Yeah, exactly. I'm same. Oh, of course.
Okay,
now
so
that
yeah,
I
on
said
your other
password,
screen,
yeah,
you're just putting in your login information to your device,
I sure am.
keeping it private, keeping it secret, keeping it safe, all that good
I'm
stuff.
keeping it private. I'm like, I have way too many windows open on my tiny laptop. Hold while I move over to passwords. I like this conversation happening in the chat is cracking me up. All right, so my passwords are all organized now. So I have my Synology account password saved in here, and I have my Synology desktop password saved in. All right, and next. Oh no, maybe I lied. Huh. Is this the same information as what I set up earlier? This is asking for my NAS login username and my login password.
Exactly right. So when we first were starting it out,
yeah,
Maybe
I screwed something up when I did it yesterday.
We could potentially circle back to it, but
all right,
yeah,
I have to circle back, guys. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah, we should have had you download this and install this before, but
let me try one more time just to make sure I'm not losing my mind here. Maybe I should try manually typing it in instead of no, it's way too long. I did all the right things and set up a. No.
Oh, this is a good question.
It's telling me it's incorrect. Yeah, there are some good questions coming through. All right.
Yeah, I just so awesome fun things asked. Why is an app needed to have the NAS mount as a connected drive? It's actually not. So that's a really good question. So you can directly connect within Finder to your Synology device. All you would have to do is basically go to I think it's connect to server. And then you can use basically SMB to connect to the device. So you just put in the IP address of the server itself. So you can connect to it through network places. What Drive allows you to do is get some of those extra cool features where you can, right click and create a link to your files and share them with other people and things like that. So, if all you want to do is manage your files sort of, from your computer of your, that are on your NAS, you can absolutely do that without needing to use Drive. That's a really good question.
That is a great question. All right. I'm just looking through to see here. Does the Synology staff have access to Santa's Naughty and Nice database? I like that one.
We do. We're not supposed to say it, but we do.
Oh, I see what I did. I see what I did wrong. Okay, hang on. I'm continuing behind the scenes here. I'm one of these people that can't let things go. I didn't put my NAS name, my domain name. Mm-hmm. There we go. Here, that's what I'm screwing up on. All right, let me try one more time now that I've still have everything open. Oh man, when all the windows are on top of each other, it's dicey. All right, let me close this one. Go back to the other Synology one. Click. Oh, I think I'm there. All right, yes. Aha. Perseverance wins out.
Puzzle solved.
All right, hang on. I set up two-factor authentication. Now I have 6-digit code. Enter my 6-digit code.
Hey, I always say you either have to choose convenience or security. It's like you don't get both. You have to, have some sort of inconvenience in order to make sure nobody's getting into your devices.
All right. I think I'm there. I'm there. All right. I can swing this back up. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Hang on one sec,
Cool.
everyone. I like close up all my multitude of windows here that are all blocking. I can no longer see your glorious comments. All right.
This is it. So let me talk about what you just popped up on the screen, which is sync tasks and backup tasks. So
what do I want to do?
From my point of view, sync tasks are just the way to go, right?
Okay.
You can sort of use backup tasks as sort of a pure backup of your device itself. But those sync tasks you're going to be able to choose specifically, hey, I want this folder to sync between my NAS and my Mac, or whatever other device you potentially wanted to sync with.
Yeah.
So I would just stick with sync task and I would go next.
Alrighty. Awesome. Okay. Done? Anything else I need to? Oh, wait.
Yeah. Well, so what you
on-demand
see
sync?
here, so you're going to choose the folder that you want to sync that's on your NAS, and you're going to choose the folder that you want to sync that's on your Mac. So right now it's on your home folder. So let's change that one to your Ecamm recordings folder.
Okay. Team folder, Ecamm recordings. Okay.
Perfect.
Yep.
And so there's another feature that I want to mention here. So right now you're going to create a new folder under users, Katie, and that's going to be called Synology Drive. So if you're cool with that, that's great. If you wanted to adjust that, we could. But you definitely want to check that box that's underneath it.
Okay.
It says enable on-demand sync to save disk space on your computer. So what this is doing is if you're not using the files that are in this folder regularly, it's going to free up space on your local computer and it's only going to store them on your Synology.
Oh, okay. All right.
If you do use them regularly, it will store it on your local computer so it will be lightning fast. Right?
Perfect.
So it's a really cool feature that we were just able to add somewhat recently.
Perfect. All right. Do I have to put something here into this task name?
You know what? I don't think so.
Let's try.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
task name.
wait.
Task name just helps with editing, or not editing, but organization purposes. Like if you have a bunch of different tasks, you can create a bunch of different ones for like all the different shared folders you have on your computer. So if you open one, it could sync with a different shared folder on one NAS unit. And then there's ways that you can sync it with another NAS unit that syncs it to another computer. Like you can chain things around, and naming it right here helps with organization down the road.
All right. I'm going to have to redo all of this later when I go through my detailed organization system, but this is all good to know. This is great. All right. So I'm just going to, it's made it.
Okay. Maybe you just call it something.
Go test for now.
Great.
Yeah.
Applying changes. Okay, cool. Achieve more.
Yeah. Just giving you some tips here.
It. These look great. All right, cool. Awesome.
All right. Your sync is started.
My sync is
So
started.
you can now click that link, users, Katie. So it actually, it should allow you to just click it.
Like loading in here.
Oh, okay. It popped up down below. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, did you want me to do something different? I can.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. So yeah, it should be now syncing. It says Synology Drive is not enabled. So I think that's a Mac thing. On the right, it looks like there's an enable button.
Oh, sorry. I should show everyone that. All right. Oh, yeah. Up here, enable. All right. Cool. Yay. All right.
And there it is.
There it is.
So
look at that.
What I want to show here is right in sort of the middle of where that file is showing, there's a little cloud symbol, right?
Yep.
So that's saying right now it is only on the NAS. It's only being stored on the NAS, not also on your computer. But if you were to double click this file to start watching it, right? It's going to pull it down from the NAS. Yeah, maybe if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine.
No,
but what you can do is,
I don't want to
so
force
you can
someone to
right
watch
click it
Nicolas
instead.
Cage reviews.
So you can right click it instead, and you can see here down in the quick actions, you can pin a local copy permanently.
Oh, cool!
So
that's awesome.
It's really cool. So what you can do, imagine you know that you're going to go on a trip, right?
Yep.
You're going to go in a plane and you're going to fly away, and you're not going to have access to the internet while you're on the plane. You can do this for an entire folder. You're working on some project. You can say pin local copy permanently for all of these things, and it'll store it on your Mac. And then while you're flying in the plane, you can edit things. You can play around with those files because they are stored locally. And then when you land somewhere and you get an internet connection, it will resync everything, all the changes that you made. It will resync those back to your NAS. So you've got everything stored in both locations. And then whenever you want, once it's resynced, you can just free up space on your local computer again.
This is so handy. All right, this just blew my mind, everyone. So, I see we have Dragon hanging out with us. He says this is on his wish list. This topic is just this is the wish list topic. I know. I totally agree. Yes, a sync task is kind of like a Dropbox folder. Yeah. Yep.
Exactly.
This is
but you get to keep
way
control
more
of it.
Robust though. Yeah, the amount, like the ability for it to just completely like connect in, and the organizational structure. This is awesome. This makes it so easy. Oh, this is so cool. Awesome. Okay, we have my folder created. My file, all I'm thinking of is all of the organizational stuff I'm going to do later. I'll try to hold my enthusiasm. I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to sort all of my different shows and everything that I'm doing. I think it's going to be so handy. And then, similar to anything else, I assume if I click this little button, I can also send it down, but like down and back up from cloud to non-cloud, right?
I'm sorry, I was reading a question in chat. What was that?
I was going to say, I know there's some good questions coming in here. This little cloud icon, if I click this, it functions like other cloud tools where it'll just pull it down from the cloud.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. And it's, just to be clear, it's your personal cloud.
Yeah.
Right. It is your NAS. Right.
Yeah.
So yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah,
there's this great question here that's probably.
Yeah. It's a similar question to kind of what you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I have a folder on my Mac that I want to set up this way, can I get all the files from my Mac to copy to my NAS to be remotely accessible? Yeah, absolutely. Essentially, it's kind of doing that by default. So actually what you could do, Katie, you can right click this file that you've just created, and you can create a link to that file, right? So you can do get link, you can share it. It's so easy. So we showed this screen before. What we didn't show is the public link that you can create. So if you click that other tab, this is where Christian was talking about. You can set up all those other settings.
Yeah, or you can require a password. I love this. So the idea of being able to expire a link is also really handy. If you're like me and you're working with like a lot of different influencers and contractors and things, it's really impossible to remember to go back and be like, oh shoot, how long has that person had access to these files? The link expiration is awesome, as is a password protection. That's great to just be able to really easily send things along. This is great. I love, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
so one other thing that I'll mention, since you brought that up, and why don't you, let's see, just click apply here if you would.
Sure. Yeah.
And then let's go over to back into DSM if you would. I want to show a cool thing where you can actually see all of the links that you've created.
Okay, so back out of here.
Yeah.
And let me get out of here. All right, and then where am I heading to?
So go to your first tab. So we'll go back into the operating system, because what you're looking at right now is just Drive.
Okay. The first tab. Yeah.
So, yep. Perfect. There we go. So if you go into File Station.
All right, so let me just close all these guys.
Perfect.
Go back to File Station. Yep.
And I believe it's in Tools.
Tools.
There it is. Shared Links Manager. So like you said, And so we didn't actually end up, sharing that link out. But what you'd be able to see is all of your different links, whether they were shared via Drive, whether they were shared, just via File Station. So you can see what's accessible outside of your network. You can see, like you said, Katie, did I share something and did I leave that open and accessible to them? And, basically you can help cover yourself by seeing all of those links.
So if I say I had, I'm laughing at Paul's comment. Paul's one of our crazy contractors. He's like, gotta watch out for those contractors. If I shared a bunch of files with Paul and then I went in here and I saw them, would I be able to be like, oh shoot, I fired Paul yesterday. Can I expire all of the, can I quickly expire? That's awesome.
Absolutely. So do you want to do that now? Let's go back into your, your folder here.
Okay, go back in. Yep.
Perfect. Yeah. And just right click this file.
Yep.
And then, let's see, go into share all the way down at the bottom.
Yep. Share. Yep.
And then just click save.
All right. Save.
And so that's going to actually save and create that link. And then go back into tools and go to that shared link manager.
Yay. Look at that.
And there it is. So you can click it and you can click edit, right? So it says status is valid right now. But yes, you can click edit and then you can modify any of the things that you had.
Look at that.
Yeah.
No. Oh, a number of access allowed. That's fun.
Totally. So if you only want them to be able to download it one time, there you go.
That is so cool, Paul. No, you're not allowed to sleep in. We're not going to activate firing you. We're just activating the link. You're stuck with us. You're stuck with us for the foreseeable future. That is so cool. I love that. Oh, I mean, the versatility of even just this is fantastic, especially if you're working like most of us, like we're working from home in offices with, team members that are local, with team members that are global. I think it just makes it really easy.
Totally. So what I want you to do now is exit out of this, and I want you to just click delete.
Oh no, scary. Delete. Right.
So you're just deleting that shared link. There you go. Now anybody who was watching and they happen to catch the link to that, they won't be able to access it anymore.
I mean, it's a public show. It's called the VHS Club podcast, so you're all welcome to watch it if you want. You don't have to find it. I love it. Yeah, Paul, I am going to need, I know. This whole series is just like, darn it, should have listened to these guys and gotten a bigger one. That's okay. We'll gift this one away. It'll be awesome. All right, well, in the interest of time, because I know that both Dave and I have a hard stop because we have office hours coming up for all of you Ecammers who are hanging out with us longer. I know we wanted to also cover CloudSync. Is that the other name of I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
Yes.
All right. Let's cover that quickly then here so that we make sure we get everything. But we're back again next week too. So we can, it's all good, everyone. Don't panic. Promise. This is the fun stuff. All right. So what is CloudSync? I could probably guess, but talk me through it.
Yeah. So CloudSync, how it works is it essentially utilizes a cloud provider to almost do what Drive does with your Synology NAS. So it intelligently works with a cloud service to free up space locally on your unit and kind of store things you're not using too frequently up in a cloud.
Okay, cool. And does it sync with like all different kinds of cloud services? Like
all different kinds. Yeah, let's open it up.
Cool. Oh, all right. Let's do it. I use Box and Google Drive and Apple iCloud and 9,000 other ones. We'll see who gets fired over the next little bit. All right. So where am I finding it?
Yes, in the 4 dots again above the package center. Because you already downloaded Synology Drive, it gave you the 3 Drive packages. So you'll see Synology Drive, Cloud, or...
Oh, no. So we're doing CloudSync though, right?
Yeah, sorry. Wrong application.
So it looks like you haven't downloaded it yet. So we can go into Package Center.
Package Center. All right. So this is like the same as apps. All right. So I need to go find CloudSync. Is it right in front of me? All right. Hang on. I'm just going to type.
Yeah. Search engines typically what I do.
Cloud. All right. CloudSync. Install.
There it is.
Ta-da. I'm amazed at how fast this is going. Again, like the internet here is not the best. I mean, we could At any point, this could go wrong, but I'm very impressed at how quickly this is going. All right. Are we there? Where did it go? Oh, there we go. CloudSync open.
There it is. So these are a list of
box.
all the
Yay.
different cloud services you can link to. If you don't see one that's on the list, as long as it's S3 compatible, you should be able to put in your credentials and be able to link up to the cloud service. But there's tons of different ones. Synology has our own. It's called Synology C2 Cloud.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But I mean, yeah, you got Box, Backblaze.
Yeah.
Yep, that's very popular as well.
Is it a problem if I have like all of these? I feel like I have all of these.
It's not a problem because you have access to it.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I need to downsize a little bit. Miss my downsize time, but awesome. All right. Well, I could probably connect into Box. That's like our biggest one with work. All right.
And
Ooh, then you're gonna have to put in username and password. So while you're putting this in, what I'll mention is the really cool thing about this is if you at some point want to access the files that you normally keep, up on Box or Dropbox or whatever, and you make a change to one of those files and you sort of re-upload it back into Box, great. It will just resync to your Synology device and you'll be good to go. And then if you decide later that you want to, access it from the Synology device and make changes, cool. It'll just sync the other way. So this really gives you a lot of flexibility of how you want to maintain your files, where you want to edit them from, everything like that. You just get the flexibility. But there you are. You're getting in.
Look at that. All right. Good. No.
So yeah, you just got to choose your local path. Yep. So where do you want to actually store all of this information? And you can actually just create a new folder from this menu here. So if you want to just call it Box or whatever, yeah.
Don't follow my naming convention. We are doing this on the fly. I will be renaming all of these things. Do as I say, not as I do. All right. We are syncing.
All right. And I'm pretty sure you set it to sync everything.
Oh,
so.
No, guys. Let me stop this. Let's pause. Pause syncing. I only have about 8 million files on Box. I feel like that would be desired.
And it actually, it shows storage usage.
Yeah.
So,
the gigs.
So this will be quite a bit of space that you'll be using up.
Yeah. Yeah. And hey, maybe I don't want to do all of that for like all of the stuff that we have on Box because that's like everything. We'll see. Maybe I do. I don't know. So play around with it. Awesome. Just scrolling through to see if we have any other questions coming up. Dorian says that they've got a busy weekend setting up all of the Synology stuff. Me too. Absolutely. But it's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me and I'm a little bit type A OCD personality, but there's something really like nice and soothing about going like, this is like a great put on a holiday movie, sit down with a coffee or maybe music if music is more your vibe and just work your way through it. It just feels awesome when you've got everything organized. I don't know. After my password day yesterday, I'm like, wow, I'm ahead of the game. I'm feeling really good about myself. I feel like this will be the same kind of feel. Okay, awesome. That CloudSync is super easy, and I'm amazed at the amount of different tools that it syncs with. That's a pretty robust list. It's just about everything. I can't see anything in there that, that anyone. If your thing's not on the list, then you might be using the wrong cloud storage. It's probably the answer to that one. All right, I'm gonna move back.
And I just want to remind everyone that this is all free. This is all, like CloudSync, we don't charge you extra for access to that software. Drive, we don't charge you extra for access to that software. So, whether you really want to sync with your whatever cloud provider you're using, or whether you just want to ditch your cloud provider, you can use CloudSync to pull all the information from your cloud provider to your Synology.
And then ditch it.
And then just use Drive for that to be your new, basically, cloud provider. So, there's a lot of flexibility in what you are able to do.
That is awesome. Oh my goodness. Micah just joined. Hey, Micah, thanks for hanging out with us. You're going to have to catch up, watch those replay episodes since we are wrapping here soon. If anyone has any other questions, now's the time to drop them in. Dave and Christian, is there anything we missed? I know we didn't dive into photos, but we have an FAQ episode at the end, so maybe we can allot some time there in a couple weeks for our photos deep dive, because I know I have all the photos questions, so many photos questions. But is there anything else we missed in the Drive and CloudSync? The CloudSync was so easy. I mean, both of them pretty easy and intuitive.
I'd say we covered these pretty well. There's the CloudSync it's just like Dave was saying, a way to, pull things down, or if you want to kind of utilize both together, that's a way to do it. You just have to think about when you're storing your data in a cloud service, they have all their contracts that everybody reads, obviously, that says somewhere in there that, at the end of the day, you don't really own that data. When it's on your Synology unit, you truly own it all.
Yeah. But the cool thing about it though is that it's so, even though it is a physical device, because of how you have built it, it's got so many backups and contingencies. So if anything was to go wrong, you still have that level of confidence that your files are going to be okay, which is a great feeling. We talked at the beginning of this, so I should have brought it in. I have a really tiny external drive. I think it's probably, at this point, it's probably laughable. It's probably 10 gigs or some crazy large amount of space. And it only worked with my Mac. And at the time I had Mac and PC, and then my dog grabbed it and literally chewed it to not to pieces, but it was pretty bad. And I had to call my most IT knowledgeable friend in tears, being I don't know, some of these files are backed up and then some of them are not. And he was able to do some sort of magic, but basically was you need to solve this. This is not this little thing is not an acceptable solution. So thankfully that was years back, and I've gotten a little bit better since then. But it does make a difference having a mix of cloud and and a physical device, and the way that Synology does it, I think, just makes it so seamless and so so easy, and it makes a really big difference, because a lot of these files, again, are really important to people. If you lose them, it's really difficult, if not impossible, to get them back. So
absolutely. Yeah. There's one question that
Windowsy look and feel in the app. Oh, come on, Mac people. It's a little Windowsy, but it's all right.
We tried to make it, kind of as usable as we could. That was really the goal is and Katie did a great job making it look pretty. You can put whatever background you want on there. Even for the login screens, if you want that to look sort of a different way, you can absolutely set that up to be sort of whatever you want it to be.
I'm gonna put a big picture of Doc Rock behind them, and then he can just be giving me guidance or a quote. All right, so last question, and then we can wrap it up here. Does Synology ever get DMCA takedown notices for items that are publicly shared on customers' devices?
That's a good question. That's a good question. So what I will say is no. Nope. Nope. This is your storage. This is your device, right? Where we don't, rat on you, or however you want to put that. Synology doesn't have sort of any ability to see what's on your device or anything along those lines. So, if you are hosting something, if you are hosting your own website or something like that, that's sort of, your responsibility. But, things that you're sort of publicly sharing, for the most part, those aren't really even going to be accessible by whoever might be trying to DMCA you. So you really don't have to worry about that type of thing. But that is a good question as well.
Yeah. You're the one in trouble if you're sharing public things. Not
right. But it's not going to come from Synology.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
Absolutely. Well, I so appreciate both of you taking the time to walk me through this. I get more and more confident every time we hang out. So it's just, I'm just so appreciative, and I'm so excited for next week. I can't believe we only have a couple weeks left. I think we're down to 2. It's going to be really exciting. So we will see everyone next week. And if you have any additional questions that come up, whether you're watching this on replay or you're just jumping off the stream and then think of 10 more questions, you can always email them directly to us, marketing@ecamm.com, or hang on to them and pop them into either the comments so that we can answer them following the live stream, or just jump into the next stream and ask them then. We're going to do a wrap final episode that's just questions, so you can always bring it back then as well. The Synology back in 2000 would have been great for Napster, LimeWire. You guys crack me up.
True.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much to you both, and we will see you next week. Thanks, everyone.
Coming straight out of Ecamm. This is a jam with the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the jam. This is a jam with the Ecamm fam.